Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Go ahead and hit the like, subscribe if you're not already. I just wanted to first start off by saying I don't want to be in too much of a rush to put out any videos because again, it's not about views or anything like that for me. It's about pumping out the truth. So a lot of the times I may obsess about finding too many details, so just keep watching, because I'm going to keep pumping out the truth. So let's talk about Angelo Clary today. Angelo Clary was featured in Surviving R. Kelly, and he's speaking out as a parent so concerned about the well-being of children, right? Well, I just want to shed light on a few things as to why Azriel may not want to go home. People keep asking, why don't Azriel want to go home? Maybe the fact that her father is a career criminal may be a factor. And the fact that everybody involved in this bullshit lynch mob are criminals and conspirators. And she don't want no parts to that. So let's just check out Angelo Clary's background. Since everybody want to spotlight R. Kelly's background, let's talk about the people speaking out against him, starting with Angelo Clary. You can find him on Facebook and every other social media account. But notice, 114 charges. 114 charges. He just filed bankruptcy last year. He's filed bankruptcy 3 times total. So people ask, why would he be joining this lynch mob? Why would he be on this crusade to hang R. Kelly? It's not about R. Kelly. It's about getting the notoriety. Pay attention. They're being used to push the agenda. And R. Kelly is the sacrifice. And if people want to continue to stand by idle and watch this bullshit, just know the character of these people you are listening to. They say they from Baltimore, but majority of the things you can find on him is in Florida. But let's go back to the criminal, because it's pretty long. Possession, gun charges, conspiracy, minor traffic offenses, gun, manufacture. Like, at first when he tried to explain his criminal background when somebody else exposed him, all he wanted to talk about was the drug things. Well, seemed like to me you got quite a lot more on your background. So when you talk about R. Kelly being such a terrible person, look in the mirror, Angelo Clary. Because your rap sheet speaks volumes. You could just keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. And I find it odd that you could sit here and search people online and get their whole background, all their information. Y'all don't think that's odd? Comment below. You could pay $1 and get all this information on people. But anyways, Clary gets to speaking out, calling out all these liars, which we all know. So the real survivor is R. Kelly. Period. I stand with R. Kelly because all these people are lying and plotting against him. Having your personal opinions of him is one thing, but trying to convict this man and charge him criminally is absurd. And at what point do you have to stop and realize that at some point it could affect you? It could affect your son. It could affect your uncle. I find it odd. A lot of people are in such an outrage about this particular topic of pedophilia, but they have people in their family who they stand by and watch do the same things they think R. Kelly does. They have grandfathers and uncles and cousins who have molested their family members and they said nothing. Meanwhile, they expect people like me to feel like they really care about this hidden agenda they have in slandering R. Kelly. Now, I've said this before. The surviving R. Kelly was propaganda. And it was designed to do just what it did. And the prosecutor getting on her campaign to solicit victims right after that says a lot. So, for the people who were celebrating, that was a victory for them. They just show how slow and simple-minded they are, because they absolutely know nothing about the law, because so many things have been corrupt in this case. But I just learned something new, because at first I was saying this case is going to be dismissed, but I feel like we should look for an acquittal, period. Not dismissed, because if they dismiss it, they can keep doing this same thing. Any real witness I know cannot be on their social media continuously talking about the case. How are they going to be a witness? And especially when their background is so tainted. So I've been doing quite a lot of searching. And again, a lot of the things with Azriel just give you red flags. This picture alone sent red flags to me, but I ain't even gonna get onto my conspiracies at this particular time, because as of right now, it's more so about this criminal case. So let me first tell you what I think, and then we can go through the things that I came across. These parents were pushing this little girl to be a star. And maybe at some point she wanted to be a star. But like I said in a previous video, that doesn't mean that she can't lose interest in that. So when she got on Gayle King and explained herself that she doesn't want to be a singer, maybe that's her position as of right now. So people reposting that saying she has Stockholm Syndrome is some bullshit. Like I said, at one point, I was doing the modeling industry. That I'm doing other things now. I'm more interested on business now. So does that mean somebody manipulated my mind? That just means people grow up. Stop believing everything people tell you. So I feel like these parents pushed this on her. They set her up to meet this man. And as far as I know, according to what she said, they tried to put her in a position to get evidence against him, because we see that this man is a career criminal. So who's to say he didn't have her go in with the intent to get these pictures and videos with him to blackmail him? Either way it go, the plan went left, she stayed, and now they mad. So at the end of the day, I don't give a shit about the Clarys. How many interviews they do, they are not fighting for justice. They don't give a shit about no other people's kids. This man is on some bullshit. So we just cracking into that today. But let's go through some of this. She had a fan page. Clearly, she was looking for studio time. Her dad pushing her up with all these different people. Hold on. Let's go back. On this post in 2012, now keep in mind, she had not met R. Kelly till 2015, but in this post that she made, she said she woke up this morning and realized that I wasted a year of my singing career by getting caught up with these boys. Now I'm not mad at them. I'm mad at myself because I allowed my social networking life to consume my time and deprive me from my career. Now, if everybody that I claims to be my friend and I have well over 1,000 and so on and so on, I didn't read all that. But the point in what I got from it was she been getting distracted from her so-called career as a musician, chasing boys. So, with that being said, she has a pattern of that. So why would R. Kelly be any different if she wants to be a singer and she wants to line herself up with someone she feels can make her famous? Now, what goes on in their private life is between them. I don't give a fuck. But they not finna keep pushing this hidden agenda that he's a pedophile when he's not. He meets these girls when they're of age. If they lie about their age and get with him, that's a whole different story. And we're going to talk about Geronda another time. Period. You can see he was really pushing her. Let's go back. So, according to the Lifetime documentary, Angelo, Clary, introduced his daughter to R. Kelly in 2015, as I said, at his concert that Angelo and his wife attended. So, him and his wife wanted to go to a concert. They took their daughter because she was suicidal. Okay? Pay attention to the story, the real story. She's suicidal. That's the only reason why they took her to R. Kelly concert. And the fact that she actually met R. Kelly, that was the golden ticket for them. They've been pushing her to be a singer. She can actually sing. They thought this was going to be it. When it didn't happen the way they wanted it to happen, that's when they had a problem. Following that, she had a meeting with R. Kelly in a hotel room that her parents dragged her out of before she eventually disappeared with the singer. Now notice they didn't tell how she ended up in that meeting in this article, but they tried to explain it in the docuseries by saying she snuck and did this. They didn't know anything about it, which again, I feel like is them trying to cover their ass. So they say they dragged her out of before she eventually disappeared with the singer. Angelo and his wife were then seen throwing rocks at the windows of R. Kelly's studio in an attempt to save her. Now, what type of crazy shit is that? In an attempt to save her. So you throwing rocks outside of a studio instead of calling the damn police because you feel like something's wrong? Like, make it make sense. Why are you gonna be outside throwing rocks at a window? There's more to the story that was seen on the docuseries. The dad told Quicksilver that his daughter was suicidal just before attending the R. Kelly concert. So he and his wife took her to the show because a doctor encouraged them to. That's a lie. They took her to the show because they just wanted to take her, and they wanted to go, and she ended up going with them. The doctor told the parents that Azriel exploring her musical career is beneficial to her mental health, so the parents believed the show would be fine. Well, if you back up in this video, you will clearly see they've been pushing this little girl since she was real small to be a singer. So again, that's a lie. They've been pushing her to explore her musical career. They saw R. Kelly as the golden ticket, and that's what happened. He also added that earlier that week, Azriel took pills to harm herself, so they didn't want her to be alone. So why didn't you go take her to the hospital or something where she could be supervised by real professionals than to be taking her to see R. Kelly? Make it make sense. I'm lost. Oh, when he linked up with this jackass, we already know this case was gonna go left. Cause we see where he at now, and that's a whole nother video. Somebody exposed the fact that R. Kelly is a registered sex offender himself. So this what irritated me about when that other blogger lady, who I ain't gonna say her name, get to talking what she don't know, talking about he got a sexual assault charge frisking a officer. Now, that should have sound retarded as shit coming out of her mouth. You ain't gonna get no 3 counts of no sexual assault frisking nobody. That don't make no damn sense. But I'm not here to go in depth about that case. I'm just here to point out the fact that, again, look at the people pointing the fingers, because they ain't straight. And then they come out with this bullshit ass piece of paper that they could have wrote at any time talking about this supposed to be proof that R. Kelly knew she was underage when she wasn't underage. She was 17, which is legal consent age, but nonetheless, does this look like a damn contract? Alright, so this is supposed to be a letter in which the Clarys claim they wrote to whoever was supposed to be keeping Azriel while she was supposed to be with R. Kelly, and this was Valerie. Is it Dayton? That's what it looks like. So this was signed 9/2015. We, the parents of Azriel Clary, give consent for Azriel to stay with Valerie Denise Dayton until December 30th, 2015, in which she will be under her care during the stated time. Alice, I can't read that. So, my thing is, number one, it's still attached to a note binder. So, who did y'all get this to? Y'all didn't have any official notary statements? Like, what the hell? This is, anybody could have wrote this. Like, this is y'all proof. Like, this is what I'm showing y'all people. This is the type of proof these people are coming in here with. And this is supposed to be guaranteed to get a come out. This wouldn't be in the public forefront. Like, he's stated he's tried to pay to get his daughter back and all this extra stuff. Like, at the end of the day, she's an adult. If she don't want to come home, like, what are you doing? It don't make any sense at all. What are you fighting so hard for? This is an adult. You see this man in an interview that can't even conduct himself properly, and you want us, the general public, to believe that he's brainwashing other individuals? Be for real. Be for real. He can't even hold a full conversation, and you want us to believe he coaching other people. Be for real. So, the first clip I want to show you is Tasha K, because I really didn't want to show her at first. Like, I used to watch Tasha K all the time until after the Cardi B situation with her, because after that all blew up and it became very obvious the type of news she was reporting, you could only trust what she says with a grain of salt. So I just take her information at face value. So I'm going to play her clip first, and then I'm going to play somebody else's clip in which it's somebody that I follow, and I'm more in alignment with their train of thought and thinking that their parents had no problem with Azriel being with R. Kelly until recently, or until it became no longer convenient for them for whatever reason. Like this video, share this video, leave your comments below. Unless you got something nasty to say, just leave those comments to yourself, because that's not nice. Let's try to be positive. Who did y'all parents any sense at all? Clearly I had to go back as usual and take out Tasha K video, but y'all could go look it up and find out the bullshit she had to say in regards to Azriel, Clary, and her parents. But trust when you play her clearly, or so these are just the screenshots of people who are saying the parents been knowing, and people were trying to tell them the type of things that Azriel was doing while with R. Kelly, while they thinking she exploring her musical career, she actually out here wilding. So that's basically what I get out of these screenshots. So they've been knowing. And the fact that somebody came out with that last post, that was kind of crazy, trying to say Azriel posted it. On R. Kelly, if that's the case. If she did, again, maybe she was sent in there to try to trap this man. Because at the end of the day, this all is suspect to me. But I say again, she's no victim. She's not being abused. And she has the free will to leave. This is information that's public knowledge, already been out, proven. They were in contact with R. Kelly, and he was booking flights for them to see their daughter, contrary to what they want the public to believe. According to Azriel, she said her parents told her to tell R. Kelly she was 18. But she was 17. Nonetheless, 17 is still consent age. according to this source, when Azriel went to the hotel room, she was ID'd and the security let her in. So it seemed like to me they taking their frustrations out on the wrong peoples. The parents, you brought her to him. The security guards, they let her in. If y'all feel like this Valerie person is sex trafficking, that's who you need to be talking about. Like, at the end of the day, it tells you a lot that they bringing charges on R. Kelly and not the real people who are allegedly breaking the laws. If you haven't seen these screenshots, you can go on official Mute R. Kelly, get the breakdown. But it's just proof that the Clarys have always known that they could go get their daughter if she wanted to leave, but she don't. According to them, hold on, let's go back to the graduation. That was another thing. R. Kelly was at the graduation, and you can clearly see it. And now the Clarys blasting everybody else. Blast yourself, because you lying too. There we go. At the graduation. I don't see no pictures of the Clarys, but I see R. Kelly. Here go where they're trying to brainwash you and tell you R. Kelly doing the brainwash by introducing this Stockholm Syndrome bullshit. At the end of the day, if people are that fucking gullible and they gonna let somebody trick them into doing some stupid shit and then play victim later, it's they fucking fault. But that's not the case here. Clearly, the women in R. Kelly's camp want to be there. And if they wanted to leave, they could do just like all the other women did. All the little con artists together. According to that article, Angelo Clary, again, with his sex abuse charges, nobody's speaking on. So at the end of the day, this video was just to point out Angelo Clary, the Clarys, are not credible. And if y'all want to keep believing the narrative that they spin, y'all are just as gullible as the rest of the people who watched Surviving R. Kelly and believed it was the truth. Have a great day.